What's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of What It's Like Adventures. We're going to be talking about Joe Rogan. We're going to talk about a day in a life of a podcast giant, Joe Rogan. All right, let's get into it. Imagine waking up every day as one of the most talented, or most talked about people in the world. That's Joe Rogan. For you, a comedian, UFC commentator, and host of the wildly popular podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. With millions of listeners tuning in to his long-form conversations, Rogan has built an empire on curiosity, controversy, and candid chats. But what's it really like to be him? Beyond the spotlight, his life mixes intense routines, family moments, and a mix of stresses and joys. Let's dive into his world from his early days to his daily grind and uncover some lesser known tidbits along the way. Joe Rogan wasn't always the household name he is today. He was born in August 11th, 1967 in Newark, New Jersey. He grew up in a turbulent household. His parents divorced when he was just 5. That's the same as me, I think. And he moved around a lot, first to San Francisco, then to Gainesville, Florida, and finally to Newtown, Upper Falls, Massachusetts. Rogan has described his childhood as chaotic, with an absent father and a stepfather who introduced him to a hippie lifestyle. But amid the instability, he found his passion, martial arts. At age 14, Rogan started training Taekwondo, earning a black belt by 15, and winning the Massachusetts Full Contact Taekwondo Championship 4 years in a row. He even became the U.S. Open Taekwondo champion as a lightweight at 19. This early discipline shaped his tough, no-nonsense attitude. Before fame hit, Rogan juggled odd jobs to make ends meet. He worked construction, drove limos, and even taught martial arts classes. Comedy wasn't his first dream. He actually kicked off his stand-up career on a dare in 1988 while living in Boston. At 21, he hit open mics, bombing at first, but grinding through it. By 1994, he moved to Los Angeles, landing small acting gigs. His big break came with the sitcom News Radio, 1995 to 1999, where he played electrician Joe Gurley. Rogan bonded with co-star Phil Hartman, even trying to convince him to leave his troubled marriage multiple times. A tragic story, as Hartman was murdered by his wife in 1998. Around this time, Rogan started commentating for the UFC in 1997. Drawing on his martial arts background, then came Fear Factor in 2001, the gross-out reality show where contestants ate bugs and jumped from helicopters. What the hell? Hosting it for 6 seasons made him famous, but Rogan has said it was exhausting and not his proudest work. He kept doing stand-up on the side, releasing specials like Joe Rogan Live in 2007. These gigs built his wealth gradually, but it was the podcast, launched in 2009, that skyrocketed him to billionaire status after a massive Spotify deal. Fast forward to today, and Rogan's life revolves around a structured yet flexible routine that keeps him sharp at 58 years old. He's not a strict early riser. Sleep is sacred, and he aims for 8 hours a night. Hey, that's me. That's what I aim for. Depending on late night comedy sets or podcast recordings, he wakes up anywhere from 10 a.m. to noon. Mornings kick off with a bang, a cold plunge, and one of his 2 ice baths. No, thank you. He owns a Blue Cube and a Morozco. I don't know what is that. This icy ritual shocks his system awake, followed by a hot sauna session to sweat out toxins. Rogan swears by this contrast therapy for recovery and mental clarity. Next up is vitamins and supplements. He's big on things like vitamin D, fish oil, and multivitamins to fuel his body. Exercise is non-negotiable. In the morning or early afternoon, Rogan's workouts are intense and varied. Yoga twice a week for flexibility, running twice a week for cardio, and heavy lifting with kettlebells or weights on other days. He follows a high-intensity interval training HIIT style, often in his home gym, which is decked out like a professional setup. Injuries or sicknesses are the only excuses he allows himself. Diet-wise, he practices intermittent fasting, skipping breakfast. My God, what is it with people skipping breakfast? And eating his first meal around midday. His go-to, elk meat, he hunts himself, paired with veggies and healthy fats. No junk food here. Rogan follows a mostly carnivore diet, believing it keeps him lean and energized. Afternoons are for work and play. If he's recording the Joe Rogan Experience, sessions can run 3 hours or more in his Austin, Texas studio. He moved there from California in 2020 for more space and freedom. Guests range from scientists to comedians, and Rogan preps by researching but keeps it controversial. When not podcasting, he might go for a walk in nature or practice archery, another hobby that doubles as stress relief. Evenings wind down with family time, more meditation at around 9 p.m. to reflect on the day, and an early bedtime if possible. But comedy tours or UFC events can push things late, so flexibility is key. Speaking of family, yes, Joe Rogan is married and a dad. He tied the knot with Jessica Ditzel in 2009 after meeting her in 2001, when she was a cocktail waitress in Los Angeles. Jessica is a former model and product analysis, keeps a low profile. They value privacy in the world of public scrutiny. Together, they have 2 daughters, Lola, born in 2008, and Rosie, born in 2010. Rogan also adopted Jessica's daughter from a previous relationship, Kaija Rose, born in 1996. Kaija's biological father was a singer, Kevin Dino Connor of the R&B group H-Town, who passed away in 2003. The family lives on a sprawling ranch in Austin, complete with animals like chickens. Rogan has joked about raising them. He's protective of his kids, rarely sharing details, but has said fatherhood grounds him. Vacations like a recent Italian yacht trip with the family offer rare downtime. One off limits topic at home, politics. It's too divisive even for him. Life as Joe Rogan isn't all smooth. Stresses pile up from his high profile status, constant controversies like backlash over podcast guests or misinformation claims weighing on him. He's been accused of spreading anti-vaccine ideas or hosting far-right figures. Public scrutiny invades his privacy, and he's admitted the pressure of fame can feel overwhelming. Late nights from comedy or UFC travel disrupt his routine, leading to fatigue. Joe Rogan has spoken about his mental health, noting that stress is essential for growth, but can tip into obsession if unchecked. Balancing a massive audience with personal life adds tension. He worries about how his words affect others, but joys abound to counter the stress. Rogan finds pure pleasure in deep conversation on his podcast, where he learns from experts and laughs with friends. Martial arts and hunting bring him joy. Bow hunting elk isn't just food, it's primal thrill connecting him to nature. Comedy remains his first love. Stand-up sets energize him like nothing else. Simple pleasures include sauna sessions, walking his dogs, or playing video games. Family is his biggest joy. Being a dad to 3 girls keeps him humble and happy. He's emphasized that true happiness comes from experience over materialism, like pursuing passions without fear. Rogan also loves psychedelics for introspection, though he uses them sparingly now. Now, for some fun facts not everyone knows about Rogan. He's colorblind, which makes his archery hobby trickier. He struggles with red-green distinctions. He was briefly a vegetarian in the 1990s, but ditched it after feeling unhealthy, leading to his carnivore phase. Before comedy, he considered a pro kickboxing career, but quit due to headaches from the head trauma. Rogan once hosted a short-lived game show called Game Show in My Head in 2009, where contestants did embarrassing tasks via earpiece. It flopped hard. And here's a quirky one. He's obsessed with Bigfoot and controversial theories, or conspiracy theories, but admits his knowledge gaps, like confusing scientific facts on air. Less commonly known, he's tried ayahuasca. I think it's ayahuasca. Isn't that how you say that? Just doesn't look like it. He's tried ayahuasca multiple times for spiritual insights, crediting it with personal growth. In the end, being Joe Rogan means embracing chaos with discipline. From humble Boston stages to global podcast dominance, he's crafted a life of curiosity and resilience. His routines keep him grounded, family keeps him real, and joy outweighs the stresses. Whether sweating in a sauna or debating aliens, Rogan lives unapologetically, proving that fame doesn't have to change who you are at the core. So that was a interesting, fun one. I really look up to Joe Rogan. I always dream, like, being a YouTuber, I've always dreamed of, like, someday being on this podcast. Like, that's the ultimate clout right there. And he's just an awesome guy. I would freaking love to have a conversation with him. But what do you guys think about this one? Let me know down in the comment section. Are you a Joe Rogan fan? Are you not a Joe Rogan fan? Either way, tell me why. And check out my sponsors. We got the banner rotating at the top there telling you about all the deals. And just click the link in the description. It's that simple.bio link. It'll take you to all the affiliate links where you can get free crypto on deposit. Secure your crypto with a Ledger hardware wallet. Or instead of selling your crypto, you can get a crypto loan by sending your crypto over to CoinRabbit as collateral, and they'll give you a loan. So instead of selling it, you could just have them hold your collateral, give you a loan, and then you can have money to spend for whatever you want. And you won't have to sell your crypto. Stop skin in the game, you know what I'm saying? It'd be kind of like a pawn shop type of thing, and you could get it back at a later date. Maybe. If it's valued at a way higher price, you pay the loan off that small amount and get all that money. Anyway, links down in the description, simple.bio link. And I appreciate y'all. Like I said, leave a comment down below. Share this out with your friends. Smash the like, subscribe, and peace out till next time.